Hello, welcome back. Did some usual spells, some of another projecting Fire Lord, lots of teleports, few summons in forts, and a report from Kamatan. The spell has been cast at the Frost Stone, which in turn blasted the enemy spellcaster with frost and killed him. So somebody cast Rain of Toads on us this turn, but they'll not be doing that again, I suppose. There's a couple of battles here. We got attacked by Citrani, but I think they were just suiciding a mage that was feeble-minded. So I don't know if this means anything. I think it might not. Hopefully. I would prefer it if the last person in the game not at war with us did not decide to go to war with us. None of the other battles are really of any consequence, except this one. So, Zoko's army. This is still mostly just Ictiids and a bunch of mindless units. So I'm still convinced we would easily kill this army if we just had some mages. But I was expecting this army to move towards my fort. And it has not moved towards my fort, it's going towards my cap. So the important thing this turn is I'm sacking my capital, which is not usually something you want to do. But I don't have any more choice at this point. I don't think any of the other battles are all that interesting. There's Lilithors using 19 mages to take a cave from some troglodytes. Got AI Chibnasu bouncing off Lilithors. I think that's about it. We bounced off White Waste, we attacked with a Madman. Only 6 points of PD though. No interesting events this turn either. Just random junk. Lost some income. Good tax. Only found scouts and did some patrolling. Yeah. So, this was a miscalculate. This army is so frustrating because, again, it's basically just 22 Ictiids and then a couple of big mages. If we could just have a battle with this army where we had a bunch of mages just spamming Soul Slays, it would just die immediately, I'm pretty sure. But I just can't do that at the moment. Lilithors is walking back towards this throne. It's going to be there in 2 turns, so the new decision is what to defend now. And I'm going to have to just defend this, because I think thrones are more important than my cap. So the plan now is all the stuff I've been teleporting over to Gent is now teleporting to Urfel instead. The problem is this province has a dome, so we can't teleport into Urfel. So we have to teleport to Sofecti instead, which is adjacent. And most of the other arrows are either moving towards Urfel or towards Ogwoods. So my god is teleporting to Ogwoods. The Air Mage are being given flying shoes. They're going to fly to Urfel. Other guys are just going to run away towards Ogwoods. They can't get out in this direction in 1 turn. And that's fine. Lots of other stuff is moving to Sofecti, so in addition to the stuff that's teleporting there, we've also got all this stuff moving over. These guys were coming with some skeletons. I gave a bunch of guys here some Boots of the Messenger, so that we'd have more communion slaves in the fight. They're moving to death in this turn. And the army that is spamming salamanders, plus the Cyclops, is going to take White Waste. Try and go that way. Because I don't think he can move into White Waste this turn, because this pass is frozen. But everything will go into Urfel next turn. Also got the Bishopfish underwater. Oh, I did forge you a breathing armor. So, moving to Greed Sea, he can move to Urfel, and then I guess he can claim it. Which I suppose spreads Dominion a little bit in this region, if that's important. And that's kind of it over here. Down here, we didn't take Stone Heavens back. I tried to, but there are a few mages here now, unfortunately. I'm not going to break siege though, I don't see a point. This is my throne. I'd rather defend it through a gate. And in the meanwhile, we're building up stuff in Sauron anyway. So it's not like we're really losing out on much recruitment. It would just be like 1 mage a turn or something and some halberds. And we're getting that from all of these forts anyway, so I think that's fine. We'll just leave it sieged. And we'll build up a big army here that can just smash into this, I think. That's fine. So everything else is kind of standard over here. Still got stuff building up in Dry Caverns as well, a bit more slowly, but plan was to move down into this direction, but I don't know, we need enough items that we can survive silver attacks, I think, and arrows and stuff. So it might be a little while before I can march this. But there's still stuff building up here. Johnny has his 330 things still back in his cap, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't start attacking us as well, because that'd be really bad. And that's pretty much it. We can see Zatopek still moving stuff towards us as well. So we have to prepare for a fight here as well. It's tempting to just make this guy my prophet right now, so I can claim this throne. Because why not? Is there really going to be like a significantly better candidate for prophetizing? I guess technically Etherlord might be better because they can also teleport, but it's a better chassis. I'm not sure. I'll wait with declaring a prophet still. It's possible this fort gets hammered with a bunch of rituals this turn and this guy dies, I suppose. Something as well. And that's pretty much it for this turn. It's still kind of just playing very defensively, waiting for battles. We're going to lose our cap in 2 turns. We're also going to have a fight over here soon, though. And as soon as I can move the army that ends up in this province out, I can take back my cap pretty easily. Because again, I don't fear this army, it's just... it's too big to kill with, like, an insubstantial number of mages. But if I have, like, a critical mass of mages that can just dump a huge number of, improved soul sundering, this would only hit the mindless stuff. Yeah, it's really tilting that I can't just fight this, but I don't see a way to. I think it's more important to keep hold of thrones. How long till Cataclysm? That's a good question. Still 2 years. End of the game is not coming fast. I think this is fine though. Only other thing of note, we make a ton of death gems per turn. 26 death gems per turn. You may notice none are saved up at the moment. I'm empowering Rotten Tom in death again. Getting him to D5 with a staff is really useful. It lets us, I think that lets us forge a Skullface, which gets into D6. But, D5, Black Death is in the game. This we're going to drop on everybody's capital. It's range 5. We are sitting in the Throne of Death, which doesn't do anything, but it has a Well of Pestilence, which boosts Death Ritual range by 2. That's 7 range. And then we also have a Universal Range Booster in the Treasury. So we can cast some extremely long range Black Deaths. Lilifor's cap would be in range, Zoko's cap would be in range. I think in particular, if we have a good fight against Lilifor's and then Black Death his cap, and then some other good provinces, that's going to really hurt him. Especially if we can reduce the number of Clove Elders he can recruit. I think that'd be pretty good. Probably should have done this a while ago. Didn't think of it though. And other than that, some forging. Lots and lots of Storm Spools and Boots of the Messenger. Also getting a Ring of Fire and Armor of Knights for Rotten Tom so that he can cast Black Death without worrying too much about Fire Dome and stuff. And I think that's it for this turn. There are a lot of arrows and a lot of movements, but we are slowly being grinded down. Running out of big mages, unfortunately. Although I can always summon some moon mage guys, I suppose. It's not nothing. We don't have great gem dumps for the gems that we have. But I am calling some invisible alchemists, summoning some sprites over in this province as well. I guess we'll see what alchemists are like. Maybe they'll be useful. That spell takes 17 earth gems, I believe. Yeah, well, it's a level 9 spell. Maybe it's good. I can't remember what alchemists do. Guess we'll find out. But that's it for this turn. So that was turn 80. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. We empowered in death, casting some Black Deaths this turn. Some teleporting, summon some alchemists, got hit in gent again by more fireballs. This is pretty bad, this kills quite a lot of mages and stuff. I'm going to start forging rings of fire every turn, and just give all our mages rings of fire. Not sure what to do about the units, but... some more teleports, some sprites. No battle on our cap though. So I'll look at the map first. Yeah, Zoko has moved away from our cap again. He's back in Greenwoods. Maybe he's noticed that this is a conjuration site and he's just trying to defend this now because he wants even more water elementals. That's kind of my assumption at this point. I really don't know. But he is still hitting gent, so maybe he's going to move on to that this turn. Don't have much left here. We've lost quite a few mages and it's whittling down the units. 2 battles moved into White Waste. So we took that okay. It was over here with our Cyclops and our... I'll just let you watch our mages just spamming salamanders. Which is pretty cool. It's a lot of salamanders. We get quite a few of those out each turn. So that's fine. And the other battle was Molten, where I was just taking this back with a few bits and pieces. We sent out a lot more stuff than this. I think some of the commanders died from the fireball attack. I think the spell that we're getting hit by in gent is the big one, Flames from the Sky. So it's 15 points of armor piercing fire damage. Pretty bad. Our mages have 6 protection, no fire resistance, 12 hit points. So yeah, that can easily kill them. I suppose I could just give out a few armor items. Might help a bit. Some firebrands, give a little bit of fire resistance. Yeah, why not? We'll protect this guy a bit. Does this give fire res? 5. Might be a waste. These guys might die anyway, is the thing I'm worried about. 5 fire resist, I don't know. Let's just take the losses, I think. Events, nothing too interesting. I got a bunch of pearls from our global, some disease. Gained a stalker, which is kind of cool. Couple of gems, some gnomes, a couple of gems. We found the false prophet as well, so I'd sent some skeletons over to this little island to patrol out the false prophet, and it's like we didn't need to, it was fine. We've got rid of him this turn. That's kind of weird. And also caught a Gondwaldian scout. Stone Heavens is still open, and a bit of patrolling. Alright, I'll start down here. This stack we could see here last turn has moved this way. So either that's moving into Satrani, or it's going to cut through Satrani and take his lakes back. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. So this province might be safe. I'm moving a few. I'm going to move some of the things that we've been recruiting here to put in this fort into this fort instead, including an air mage or 2. I've got 1 air mage who's been given some flying shoes, going to head over, and the one we just recruited is going to as well. Since we need something in this province that can cast shock resist easily, just to make sure it's defended against Zatopek in future. That's what's happening over here. Also got a priest on the way who's got a water breathing ring and some boots with long strides, so he'll put temples down underwater as well. Why not? In Sarum Forest, I'm going to just move into Isia's territory for a bit. See what we can see around here. Might as well do something. We've got a bunch of units and mages here. I don't think it's enough to knock the army off this fort. It's up to 90 units and some mages now. But it's enough to just take this province and then just go home maybe, or move on to this. Who knows? But we'll do something in this area. And all the stuff that built up in Drake Caverns, I'm just going to try and move this over towards this area. It's a lot more stuff to just bulk up numbers. Should be able to push this off the fort soon. Should be fine. So that's basically the movements over here. Here's the stalker we just got from the event. He's a Scalewall's assassin. So it's something. I'm going to give this guy a couple of items and just start using him as an assassin. I don't see why not. See if we can kill some of these mages. He shouldn't need much gear. I'll just give him like a bottle and I'm forging some acorns and a fire bowler. It should be good enough. We'll see how he gets on. Over here, right. So I want to just be able to walk into this army and hit it with a bunch of soul sunderings. So I've got like 5 or 6 people forging fire rings every turn. And then all the mages in Lost Lands are just moving out. So all these guys. We're just going to assemble a big army in Ogwoods that's mostly a giant communion. And then we're just going to walk up and try and attack this. And we'll continue reinforcing with whatever we keep recruiting out of our cap. That's the plan over here. Since we're moving a lot of our stuff out of this throne, a lot of the stuff I'm recruiting in this region is now going to move into this throne and replace the stuff that's moving out. So some stuff here is moving out. There's only one mage here, but I'm going to start recruiting stuff in all these forts now. So all this stuff will replace this stuff, and all this stuff is going to move up here. And yeah, there's quite a few units here already. Quite a few mages. We just round it out, and then we'll try and take this back. And the plan over here, this army also hasn't moved, so I expected it to be an Elkland this turn, and it isn't. But I'm still just ramming everything I can into this fort to get ready for fighting this army as well. So all the stacks and stuff that we've already seen, just all going to move into Earthfall this turn. I might try and get an Astral Dome over this, and I don't know, I guess we have to wait and see what Level 4 actually does. A few other bits of forging I'm doing. I'm going to have my god forge a Ring of Returning. Just a ring that sends you home if you take damage. I'm going to give that to my god. I'm going to give him a cold resist ring and a shock resist ring, and he can cast fire resistance. Plus the Ring of Returning, and then probably like a reinvigoration item. And maybe we can use this guy aggressively. Maybe we can just teleport him into people. I think the Ring of Returning with a bunch of resists will keep him pretty much safe from everything. As long as we're not too careless. It does mean we have to retain our capital though, so I have to be careful about that. And Rotten Tom in Lost Lands this turn is casting Black Death on Lilithor's cap. I double checked what domes are in the game. Dome of Flaming Death isn't actually in the game, so you might not need the Ring of Fire. Frost Dome isn't in the game though. I gave him the Rime Havoc instead. Apparently this gives you way more cold resistance than I thought. Maybe you get Cold Rest from the Breath of Winter as well? Because he has 40 when he wears it. It says it only gives you 5 cold res. If I take it off, he only has 25 cold res usually. So it's given him 15. I guess Breath of Winter gives you 10 maybe? But he's completely safe against... Well, even if Flaming Death was in the game, I think he's safe from that, and should be safe against Frost as well. So I think he can drop rituals on people indiscriminately. Fingers crossed, because he's our only Death Mage at this point. Yeah, so let's just Black Death Lilithors for a bit, see if we hit any domes, and then we'll do Zoko for a bit. Seems good to me. This is a 7 range Black Death, by the way. It's pretty good. We didn't even need the Universal range booster either. Just the Well of Pestilence is helping us out. I think that might be it for this turn though. There's still lots of things being forged. Handful of Acorns for the Assassin, lots of Storm Spells still, Boots of the Messenger, Rings of Fire to resist the Fireball attack. Storm Spell Resilience for my god. There's Black Death, more Rings of Fire, Ring of Returning, some bits and pieces for the Assassin, Ring of Frost, that's for my god as well. Building temples underwater. Oh yeah, there's also the Alchemists as well. Yeah, so I'm getting a temple up in Soth Daygod this turn. I guess we'll try and get them down in all these lakes. And here are the Invisible Alchemists. Not amazing for us. They just duplicate all our paths. I guess they're really, really good communion slaves for us though. Which is something. They are also invisible, which is odd. And they have 50 Alchemist bonus. I'll summon a few more of those because I don't have any other good uses for my Earth Gems at the moment. So why not? We'll get a couple more mages in the fort, sounds good to me. And still just playing very defensively and waiting to see what people do. I think that's it for this turn though. Still not declaring a profit or anything. We can claim this throne next turn though, which is, I don't know, I'm not sure how useful it is, but something as well. But that was turn 81, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn.